Speak it up, holding on. Trigger, you've done it, you champion. Speak it up, wins. Goes to the lead. John's going to take out the Dudley Justice. And that's Mr. Ali. It could be. He's fighting back. Oh, look at him. Speak it up, does it.
Welcome everyone to Mobile Rolling. This is season 3, episode 10. Rocky Butterworth.
How are you, mate?
How are you, mate? Going
Very
well?
Yep.
Now, Rocky, special guest we've got on today. We've got Michael Norman, who will join us later on.
That'll be a good chat.
Yeah, Simon Jones, who's doing the auctioneering, will be having a chat with us for the yearling sale. So
Started talking when he was 2 and hasn't stopped.
And the man who taught him how to talk was Jack Bashar.
Jack
He'll
Bashar.
be with us with the betting segment. Obviously, his chest will be pumped up.
Double
with a couple
header.
of winners. Yeah, double header. So it'll be good. Yeah, looking forward to today's show.
Be a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, we won't muck around. We'll come back shortly, and Michael Norman will join us for the first part of our show.
Beautiful.
Hi, my name is Peter Godric, Director of Cabinet Tech. We specialise in domestic general household cupboards commercially. Cabinet Tech has the ability to manufacture all detail types of work, including 2-pack paint finishes, solid timber, stonework, stainless steel, glass and upholstery. Please contact us on phone 8447 1400.
And welcome back to Mobile Rolling. We're joined, Jimmy, by Michael Norman, one of the many Normans that have graced our racetracks for a long time, and Mick's carved out his own niche. Very good trainer.
Yeah, look, we got him on in particular because Lee Beasley, of course, wanted to throw in the race where I lost my voice when we were talking about Lachlan, how he was out of breath, but that was something completely different. That was losing the voice. But Mick actually drove the winner of that race, Elijah Rowe, so we thought we'd get him on. Mick, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Furthermore to that, trainer of a winner, well supported on Monday. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice cold one at the trials, just a nice soft run, and you thought the horse would go all right?
Well, he's one of my best horses I've got, and I always give him quiet trials. So, I thought it was a hard race, but I did give him a chance with the right run, which we thought he would get. So, we were really happy.
So why did you drive in Shuby's shoes and not Let Me Rock?
Mainly because I've had that owner for a year and a half or so, and he's paid up for that horse. So I just thought I'd do the right thing. I knew the other one was probably just a tad better, but and she's a bit more difficult to drive, so that's just my.
So you did the gentlemanly thing.
I done the right thing, which I thought was right.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was right.
And took the extra 5 points on you there.
Well done. But yeah, look, I mean, you're born into harness racing through the Norman family. Where does the story start?
Oh, well, my grandfather was a legend of the sport years ago, and my father brought me into it as well and taught me everything. So we didn't have a lot of choice, in going into this industry, and we love it. So yeah, it's just one of them things.
Have you done anything else, Mick, or has it always been harness racing involved?
No, I was a butcher for 8 years when I first started. Then I worked in the hotel industry with Dad at the Hilton Hotel for 13 years. Then we done the catering at Globe Derby for sort of 8 years and done really well out of that. And of course now I've got a breaking in business, which that's all I do really now is horses and breaking in a lot of young ones.
Yeah. Talk about the educational side. I mean, because that's where you're most renowned now in harness racing. As far as the Norman name is concerned, you're doing the educating of horses. You enjoy that part of it?
Yeah, I love doing. All I do is young horses mainly. All my stock have always come from yearlings and whatever. But and I do a lot for other people as well. And it's rewarding and it has its moments as well. But I love doing it. So. That's what we do. What
ballpark? What would be the cost if Rocky went to the yearling sales? He bought a yearling, wanted you to educate it and break it in. What sort of term or cost would you predict that it would cost him to get the horse broken in?
Probably around the $800 to $900. Not much more than $1,000 anyway.
Okay.
It just depends, but it's too cheap, I think. Definitely.
I thought you were going to say $109,000.
No.
So there you go, Rocky. You can buy a horse at the yearling sales and Mick will break it in for you. How about that?
That is cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap really for what you do with a lot of them. I mean, most of them are good, but you get some that are not, and you earn your money.
And all standardbreds, Mick, you haven't branched out into the thoroughbreds at all?
I did train thoroughbreds for 6 or 7 years and done a few, but it's too hard. You need too much money to get into that sport.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about the situation of yourself? You still have a few horses. You've always only had a small team that you train and drive yourself. Is that like a secondary thing to the education side of things? Like you only do that because to fill in what's left in the rest of the day?
Well, yeah, I'd like to do all my own, but of course that doesn't pay the bills. So I have to do, you know, quite a few young ones just so I can so I don't have to get a job. But I've always I did have 7 or 8 of my own, and I'm down to 4 now. So I try and find the ones that have got some ability, which is not easy, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
What about horses that you've broken in that have gone on to big things? What's some of the horses that you've broken in that have gone on to win major races and stuff like that?
Oh, it's been, you know, quite a few horses. Like Powder Keg last year, I had him for 6 or 7 months and done all the pre-work on him and raced him. There wasn't many races here last year, so he had to go to Victoria. Well, he won the Vic Bred final 2 weeks later. So he's one of the, and Global View went on to win like $250,000. So there's been, you know, quite a few. It's hard to remember them all, but I do too many to remember a lot of them.
Well, I remember back, I've probably got the year wrong, but 2009, maybe 2010, you had 3 really good 2-year-olds at the same time. Global View.
He's a Showman.
He's a Showman, and Rochelle, I reckon it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been something.
Yeah, and Global View was scratched from the main races.
He was a very, very good juvenile. Probably would have won the Southern Cross final, and he done a really bad injury after 2 starts. And was sort of whether he'd even have a career after that. And luckily, he just had to have 4 months off, and he come back, and I think he won his first 6 or 7 races, and he was a really good horse.
He's a Showman was a nice horse as well.
He won. We won 70 or 80,000 with him, and I took him to a Vic Bred final. And a terrific horse, different, not as strong as Global View, but very brilliant on his night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like another one like him now.
Yeah. Do you think Global View's been the best horse that you've had, Mick?
Well, I've had some good horses. Early on, I had a horse called Let's Talk that won.
Of course,
I sold him for a lot of money, and he won $250,000 and won in Heats of the Inter-Dominion and Talk Avon. They're really, really good horses. But nowadays, Global View would be the best one for sure.
You had, I don't know whether you still got him or where he's gone, but What You're Waiting For, who I followed a fair bit. I liked the way that he raced, and he was always getting through the line every time you backed him. You could think, well, he gave his best tonight. And you got him over from Marnie Bibby?
Marnie Bibby had him there, yeah.
Where's he now?
He, I could have bought him, and I hummed and hawed, and I didn't buy him, and she give him to Glenn Douglas, and he's done a terrific job since he went back there. I think he's probably won 30 or 40,000. But he was a great horse.
What was the buy price, eh?
It was not a lot, but that's the way it goes. I mean, I thought he was on a hard mark in South Australia, and I thought, well, I don't know if he'll go how much further he'll go, but I think he won an MO and all after that.
Yeah, he was just a try, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a lovely. He was a cunning old bugger, but he was a beautiful horse. So he was good to us last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you haven't done it on your own. You've had help, family members.
Yeah. Vicky's with me all the time.
Your wife,
works. They say she does more than me.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Well, probably right. And Kristen's there as well. She does all the back work, the buckets and the manure and all that sort of stuff. So she works hard as well. Yeah, it's a team effort. It's not just me. I just sit on the sulky. Sometimes I say, she puts me on the sulky, and I just get off and on and don't get out. But they do most of the work.
And you threw the trotter to the wolves on first up after about 5 or 6 months out?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a good horse, but he's got a lot of problems, and there's not a lot of races. So,
how's he going with the point system, mate? Because he's one of those horses that was already off that mark of 40, 50, 60 regularly. So, what would be the point system now if you decide?
Started. Well, he
gave a couple of Bacardis to drink
down. He gave a horse 20 metres start that's won 77,000 in that race, and he's won 2 restricteds and a 5,000 and a $7,000 race. So yeah.
Well, I was surprised. Is his prize been around that 15 grand?
He's only won 15,000. Yeah.
And but
the point system, I'm not a fan, and especially for 3-year-olds, I reckon they've crucified them. But no one seems to listen.
Well, hopefully they do soon, mate.
Well, it's a matter of, I think, and this is what we're getting all the time from people. You've got to go to HRSA to voice to HR Australia or Harness Racing Australia. Say, listen, it's not working. We've got to change it or get some sort of exemption in our state because it's not working in our state for sure.
There's no doubt that it's got to be state for state. I think the system's fine, except it doesn't work in South Australia.
No.
It does not work here because of our pool of horses and how quickly you can go from being competitive to wasting your time taking your horse to the trots. That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. I think the days of having a 3-year-old that wins 10 in a row like we used to see years ago, we won't see that again under the national racing
system. It's very hard for a 3-year-old because you race these older horses that are seasoned and they just they won't compete.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a good one, of course.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's on the bucket list for Mick Norman before you put the cue in the rack, Mick? What do you want to do as far as harness racing is concerned?
Well, I'm always looking for just a good horse. I do yearlings all the time, and we're just trying to find ones that go good and have fun and go on a holiday every year. That's our main aim all the time. So, yeah, we always have 6 or 8 weeks off every year and just go away and do the horses the rest of the year. So.
I've bumped into you a couple of times on holidays, haven't I?
Yes, you have. Yeah, with Gold Coast and so we love doing that all the time.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Mick. Well done. Thanks for being part of the show. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep breaking in those horses. Good. Anyone that buys horses from the yearling sales, keep Michael Norman in mind. He'll break it in for you, educate it, and it'll be well educated. All right. So, thanks, Mick. Thanks for being part of the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll take a break, Rocky, and we'll come back with the betting.
We're doing that this week.
We'll go to a break. Welcome to the British Workmen's Club, where we've had star performers here. Jerry and the Pacemakers, Del Shannon, some of the greats of years gone by. But nowadays, they have plenty of great bands performing here. Every weekend, a host of Adelaide's top bands perform. The Party Cats, led by Masters Apprentice legend Peter Tilbrook. We all know Peter. And the Lincolns are here, Chunky Custard, plus a host of South Australia's up-and-coming bands. Right behind me, you can see the fully stocked bar, plenty of drinks to be had, a great location for a great night out at Davis Street, Wingfield, just off Grand Junction Road. Come to the British Workingmen's Club. Welcome back to Mobile Rolling and its betting segment. And Rocky,
yes, mate.
Alongside of me is a man who trained and drove the 1988 Golden Nursery winner, the Hand Grenade, Jumping Jack Bashara, and he
just launched.
Chest is pumped up because Jack, you needed it, but you got the double bagger last week. You're back.
Thanks, Jimmy.
He's back. And you've gone to... Anyway.
Sun shines on a dog's bum sometimes, mate.
Yeah, you keep telling us that. Right, let's have a look what happened last week. Jack, episode 9, you told us Franco Hampton trialled well, should lead, should win, spot on. $20 win at $2 is what it paid on the tote. You could have got $2.25 fixed right near the jump. It was a drifter for whatever reason. But anyway, 3 points plus $20 profit thanks to Franco Hampton.
Yeah.
Booker Bay you thought was the each way. You said it should sit behind the leader, use the sprint lane, had been trialling well. I think you said it trialled well, Rocky. 10 each way. They backed it. You could have got $5.50 fixed. But on the tote, it paid $4.20 and $1.50. So you get 3 points plus $37 profit there. So after episode 9, 11 points now. And the bank balance is still in the red, minus 103. Minus 103, but better than minus 160 where it was last week.
Yep.
So you've got to go, you've got the double headers like that when you're out fishing on the Semaphore jetty, you go bang, bring in the double header. You've got to do that again the next 2 weeks.
I got 3 on one line.
Did you, with one hook?
Yeah. They all followed suit.
Now, Rocky, it is quite rocky, the road you're on. My Bet Old Lady, $20 a win, finished 6th. Victim of circumstances, very unlucky. I tell you what's changed. Different sort of situation, but back in the old days when I used to drive, and probably when you used to drive, Jack, if someone got into trouble because a horse's intractability, they galloped and they had to shift their position, the gentleman that you'd let him get back in the normal position. You know what I mean?
Used to, yeah.
But nowadays it doesn't happen. They just posted him, left him out there, had to go back. And when I say him, I mean Jake Webster, but she still ran very well. The run was good. You're a bit stiff, Rocky. So victim of circumstances, but minus $20 and 0 points. Cool Breeze, 10 each way. Thank heavens it wasn't 2,500 because I wouldn't have had a house. I was going to put the house on it. It was 2,500. He runs 7th, 0 points, minus $20. Now, when I was calling the race, I could see he wasn't making up ground. I was concentrating on the main group. I looked back and he was further behind. So I just assumed that he galloped. There's nothing to say in the steward's report that he galloped at all.
Serious?
Serious. He didn't gallop. There's no report that he galloped at all.
Well, I'll tell you, Lane Johnson, I reckon he's banned from Port Pirie as well. His horses just aren't going well there, are they? Yankee Clipper.
Cool Breeze has won there before.
Lane, Globe Derby.
Well, anyway, 7th place in Cool Breeze and did not go anywhere near like he went in the Trotters Cup. Maybe the run flat did. I don't know.
Could have.
I watched the replay. He's not in screen to see whether he galloped or not.
Right.
What I called that he galloped because I just assumed he galloped because he was further behind.
Yep.
Maybe he didn't. Anyway, so Rocky, after episode 9,
yes,
you are 2 points in front of Jack.
Yes.
You're on 13 points and you're still in the black.
Yep.
$2 plus $2. All right. So he's still in front of you, Jack.
Yeah.
You're still going to go bang bang.
Yep.
Right, episode 9, I went for Champagne Prince. They backed it for a stack, $20 a win, ended up paying $2.10 on the tote, 3 points plus $22 profit. My 10 each way was on Grey Maverick, copped a bit of pressure in front at different stages. Did well to run third. Condition just gave out over the last 30 or 40 metres.
He's a nice horse.
Yeah, $1.40 for the place. I'll get 1 point, but minus $6 on my $20 investment. So after episode 9, I'm on 14 points.
Yep.
So I'm still leading in the points, and I've got a $72 in the black profit. So
Congratulations.
I'm still leading.
Yep.
I'm still leading. So Jack.
Righto, Jack, come on.
This Saturday we've got Globe Derby.
Yep.
Monday we've got Strathalbyn. Where are you going to go?
Globe Derby.
Globe Derby. What have we got?
I'm going to go the win. Race 8, number 1, Just Cappy.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I'm going against Maharaja.
Yep.
Because I think Just Cappy was very unlucky to lose at Kapunda. Mm-hmm. The hanging of the horse with its head on the side cost it the race.
Yep.
From barrier 1, it's got enough gate speed to hold the lead. Mm-hmm. I hope it does. Hope Darren doesn't get across it on
I think Mark's
Waterbro.
on Waterbro this week.
Well,
I think Darren's still interstate.
Yeah. Well, I just hope he goes behind it. I think Maharaja might be looking for the break. He's had some hard runs. Tough efforts in good races.
Yep.
Just maybe feeling a little bit of the spell coming up.
Yep.
I could be corrected, but I think Just Cappy might be very hard to beat.
Righty-o.
I'm sure Just Cappy will surge once he gets into the front straight, but he's got 2 metres to make up, and Doug's Chino's running on behind those. Here's a good go. Doug's Chino down the outside. Just Cappy in the front straight is trying to sprint with it. Doug's Chino, Just Cappy, Doug's Chino. Doug's Chino, too good for Just Cappy.
All right, so that's your win.
Yep.
Each way.
Each way, race 3, number 11, Springfield Desire.
Yep.
Very unlucky last start. Held up for a long way.
time.
Come to the home turn. She was still last. She pulled about 7 wide and then flashed down the outside. Change of driver, Ryan back on. I think with luck in the run, it'll be in the finish.
Yep.
All right.
So
race 8, number 1, Just Cappy.
Yep.
Race 3, number 11, Springfield Desire is your
Yep.
each way bet.
Yep.
Okay. Rocky, what have you come up with?
I've come up with head-to-head with Jack Bashara.
You go Maharaja.
I've gone
Of course you
Maharaja.
have.
Maharaja got 1 metre in front, nearly 2 metres, trying hard, what a bro. Maharaja starting to get away now. Maharaja goes on to win by 3 metres.
I knew you would.
It was a lovely 4th in the Derby. I'm like Jack, I think it's heading towards having a break, but I'm only being a bit selfish there because I can see this beast coming back at 4. I think it's going to be a beautiful horse for Heather and David.
yeah, it's going to be. Yeah.
But if they keep racing it, well, they know better than I do. So from barrier 7, might be death, might be 1-1, don't know. And I don't think it matters. I just think he's going to be too good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that's your $20 win on Maharaja.
Yep. My each way is Globe.
Yep.
Race 3, number 5.
Yeah.
For the cause.
For the cause. Stick with the team.
Yep. Went average at Pirie, as she has done a couple of times, so she won't go back there either. But then went to Mildura over the short trip, which we usually see the pace on all the time in those 1790s at Mildura. The leader got away with a 33-4 quarter over 1790. She was given him 30 metres at the 400 and got beaten 5. They came home in 57, 4 or 5, so she's probably come home in sub 57, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
She'll drop out, so she's going to need luck again, but I think if the races run well for her, she can win Saturday night.
All right. So, without trying to be controversial, I've written down my bets here, as I do.
Yep.
My best, I've gone race 8, number 1, Just Cappy.
Whew.
I've gone with Jack. Now, there's a few provisos with this, right? In the St Ledger, Whatabro attacked, and Just Cappy handed up to Whatabro.
Yep.
Whatabro got in the way of Just Cappy when it was trying to get into the sprint lane, when you had Maharaja down the outside, and also He's a Shark, when they come with their sweeping runs. Yep. And there was this much between Just Cappy and Maharaja. Maharaja, of course, galloped in the early part. His run in the Derby was fantastic. What about the run of He's a Shark? Right? It was cruel to see him get beat.
Yeah.
He was very, very stiff, right? Yep. So we're talking about some pretty good 3-year-olds.
Yep.
Right?
No doubt.
I think, in view of what Jack said about Kapunda, and I love Danny as a driver, but she couldn't handle him hanging around the bends there at Kapunda. She couldn't handle the difficulties that he was throwing at her. I think it would be ludicrous to allow Whatabro to get past it Saturday night. I think they have to lead with this horse. I think Jill Nielsen needs to go to the stewards and say, look, we handed up to Whatabro in the St Ledger. We're going to hold the lead tonight. And then if that information is then, out there, and Danny has a chat with Mark Billich and says, I'm going to hold the lead tonight, I'm not going to give up. I think with Just Cappy, if he gets his own way in front, he will either run first or second, and the only horse that could possibly beat him is Maharaja.
Yep.
That's the way I've seen the race.
No doubt.
Now, even though Doug's Chino beat Just Cappy at Kapunda, and she's in the race as well, I think with that run in front, Just Cappy, if he leads, gets his own way, he will either win or run second.
Well, that's the way I read it.
So that's race 8, number 1, Just Cappy, $20 a win. My each way is race 2, number 7, My Better Lady. I'm going with her each way. I thought she was very unlucky at Port Pirie. I thought the run was very good. The last 2 runs are good. The improvement of what's number 1 called again?
Tinge of Fear.
Tinge of Fear. The improvement of her
It was a lovely run.
was massive from her first run with Bronte to the second.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit concerning.
And she'll lead.
If she improves that much again, then she probably will win.
She's a fast beginner.
But My Better Lady beat her easily the last time that they met. And I think Mark Billinger is the perfect driver for My Better Lady. She's purely sit sprint, and he's one of the better sit sprint drivers we've got out there. So that's where I've gone each way.
Okay.
All right, so just recapping on all those bets now. Jack's gone race 8, number 1, Just Cappy to win. Race 3, number 11, Springfield Desire each way. Rocky's gone race 8, number 7, Maharaja to win. Race 3, number 5, For the Cause each way. I've gone race 8, number 1, Just Cappy to win. My each way, race 2, number 7, My Better Lady. All right, anything in closing for the betting segment, Jack?
No, but I'll be back next Thursday. I'll be cock-a-hoop.
Yep.
You'll be back?
He thinks he will.
Well, it's a big turning point. Like, if Just Cappy wins, you're probably not going to catch me.
No.
And he can't.
No.
But if he wins, he's coming back at you. All right.
Righto.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Rocky.
Good to see you, Jack.
That's it for the betting segment. We'll come back, and we've got a very special guest, Simon Jones, one of the guys you taught all the game about, will be joining us shortly.
He's come a long way, hasn't he?
He has.
He got a right education early.
All right, we'll catch up with Simo after the break.
See the boys down at Modry Battery Services. With over 40 years of experience in batteries, stocking the largest range in supercharged batteries with more power, longest life and battery warranty. So specialising in auto electrical and aircon regas and repairs.
Welcome back to Mobile Rolling. Just done the betting segment, of course, Jimmy. That was pretty boring, really, wasn't it?
It was for someone that can't pick a winner, yeah.
Well, I just...
But Jack's back.
Top.
Jack's back. He's coming at you. Look out. Look out. Anyway, we said enough of that in the segment, right? We've got a very special guest.
Have
Flow on.
Harry High here.
Stitch up here.
Something about Mary.
Nice.
He just come out the toilet.
Good stitch up here, isn't it, boys?
How are you, Simo?
Yeah, good. Good to be here with you.
Simo, welcome back to the Sulky, a winner, bang.
Yeah, it was nice to get the opportunity from Jake Webster, and the race panned out well, and the horse was good enough to get the head in front on the line.
Not without some sort of controversy. Had your dad ring me after
Yes,
after
no,
the
there was a
race?
couple of protests, and that's Simon Jones for you. So that's
Really?
yeah, always keep
Who
the
said
steward.
that? The people that protested against
Well,
you?
definitely spent most of my time in New Zealand in the steward's room. So
Did you?
yeah, they didn't like me too much, but yeah, I have a go anyway. That's the main thing.
Okay. But really it wasn't your fault. I mean, the horse laid down, didn't it?
He did hang down a little bit
Touch
and-
down
yeah,
on Ryan, who
he-
was trying to push off at the same time. So I think there was a bit of contributory negligence there, but, you know.
Yeah, first drive on the horse too, so I doubt it would happen second time round. It's,
Oh,
yeah, he's got a few little tricks, but yeah, no, sort of racing incident, but no one got hurt out of the race, which was good, and we got the money, and we just spent a bit longer there at the track.
So the second protest, was that after you steered it away from Ryan, then went up the track? And then
Well, yeah, Roger threw it in the protest. He was of the opinion his horse was carted up the track and it cost him finishing a bit closer.
Yeah.
Obviously, stewards, did question me on that. The horse ran up the track a little bit, but we held the race. We were never going to lose. To be honest, the horse probably should have won a bit easier than he did. He's a bit of a bludger. But I mean, it's had 82 starts, so he's been around a bit. So, but yeah, it was a great feeling to, get the opportunity. Must thank Jake and his crew there, and get the money. It was
coming back, he gave the crowd the salute.
Well, I didn't know I won,
and
Jim.
no-
The only reason I knew I won because I thought Ryan was coming hard on this because I heard Simo, your race call. That was the only reason I thought, well, I must have won if he's
See, some
he's cheered
people
the name.
do listen to me. You're wrong.
I've been here for 5 minutes patiently listening to Simo. And there's been no thanks for the full book of drives we gave him a trial to get him into red hot form before that race.
Oh, well, he was getting around to it, weren't you?
Exactly. I was
and
going to
the
thank
drive.
Aaron Bain and Rocky.
Yeah,
for
so he's
their
our backup
support.
to our backup now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm about 8th in line out there, apparently. No, it's all good.
No, he'll
No,
start
there's
getting a few
been
drives with us as well.
there's been good support from people at the trials. I just
Yep.
hopefully that resonates to
That's right.
to races now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've had a bit of a journey, mate. Let's have a chat about that.
Yeah, so I think my first drive was back in 2006. So I was a later mature age concession driver.
Yeah. Twice.
Was doing well, I have got a claim this time around as well for those out there. I've got a 10-win claim. One of those has been used up, but so if you need a concession driver.
So he's good for another 3 years.
Yeah, another 3 or 4 years, yep. That's about right, Jimmy. That's right. Don't want to steal anybody else's winners.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was doing the media, as you probably know. We used to have the harness show on 5RPH with the late, great Tony Lawrence. A few non-tab meetings I used to call.
Did you?
Yeah, Port Pirie on a Saturday night. Used to head up there.
Yeah,
and-
he's in the commentating side.
commentating. And
Tried to get my job, tried to poison my food, but didn't
But then I
quite work.
realised
Now he's here.
I wasn't going to be able to compete with Jimmy, so got the driver's licence. Yeah, and then so 2006, I think I drove for 6 or 8 months in Adelaide, headed over to New Zealand in 2007, and was with Tony Herlihy for about 14 or 15 months, and loved that. That was a great experience. I recommend any young person out there to get over and work with the Kiwis, with a stable. It's just different level.
So he's North Island, isn't he?
He's North Island, yeah. So he's Papakura, which is probably it's about an hour out of Auckland or something. Or with traffic can take longer. It's probably only half an hour with no traffic. But just great time, great people. Still some still friendships today, and it was a great experience. And came back, drove in Queensland for a couple of years. And
I saw you one night up there. I was on holidays and thought I'd go out to the trots, and Simo was driving for Alex Quiss, I reckon, at that stage.
Yeah, I think we got a double that night.
Yeah, you
actually.
did.
Yeah, so had a
Told me nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know. Just drove the race.
I should have known if it was
Well,
trained
the
by
big
Alex
betting
Quiss, it was
stable,
going
they like to
okay.
keep everything
Yeah,
quiet.
follow their money, I suppose. But
Big betting stable, they want to keep everything quiet. And they know that, as soon as you tell Jack Bashara, the whole world knows.
No, he drove very well that night. I do remember the
yeah, no, it's a
going
good
to
time
Rice,
up there, and had a few winners, and worked for Ricky Thurlow and John McMullen, and learned a lot. And then sort of, we were looking at getting married and having kids. So the
You
income
and John
stream.
McMullen.
No, me and my wife, of course. Yeah, John McMullen. No, I don't think I'd marry him. He's a good bloke. But
So
he's
what's
not
your
that
wife's
good.
name?
Peter.
thank you. Yeah,
Sorry,
that's-
Jim.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, sorry, Peter. Yeah, so I got into real estate and sort of done that for the last. It's coming up 6 or 7 years now, and yeah.
And we spoke about the yearling sale. You've done some breeding yourself. How many children now?
3 fillies.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 fillies on the ground, 2 at school and a 2-year-old at home. So
Beautiful.
Nah, life's good. So
Yeah. Worth
yeah.
$1 million, aren't they?
oh, it's you'd know with grandkids now, Jimmy. Yeah,
They cost you thousands, but they're worth millions.
yeah, they're slightly dearer than horses, but
Yeah.
you probably get more satisfaction out of them. But and then obviously, love the industry. Always have. Got a bit disheartened with it for a little while there,
Yeah.
and had 6 years off, and now I think it's the time to get back into it. And obviously, excited for our yearling sales coming up. As going to be your auctioneer this year,
Yes.
so really, really excited. As you know, obviously, cut my teeth in the real estate trade in that. So represented the state over in New Zealand actually a couple of years ago in the championships. So it's something that I'm passionate about.
How'd you go there?
I didn't make the final, but for my first attempt, it was from the feedback I got from the senior auctioneers. It was
So that was house auctioneering, or
basically you qualify. So there's been the RESA, the local real estate institute, that's run for 5 or 6 years. They've run a comp, so I made the final every year, and then was lucky enough to finish second behind Bronnie Manuel from Toop and Toops, and then head over to New Zealand. So they have a mock property.
Yep.
There's bidders in the crowd. They have a script. Obviously, we get a reserve and that's it. And then they challenge you throughout with their bids. And it's fantastic fun. It's it's a real challenge because it's we had a couple hundred people in the audience. And it's something I love. And when Gary Crocker approached me, he said, "Would you like to step in this year?" I said, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Obviously, being passionate about
Big
the industry
thrill,
and own a few horses anyway. And
So this is your first horse auction?
yes, it is. I've worked
So
at
you
the
got
Magic Millions as a
from
bid
house
spotter.
to horse,
House to horse.
or is one letter change?
House to horse, yeah, that's it. One letter change.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully it's ongoing for
Yeah.
me. I'd love to be a part of it as long as they'll have me. So I'm under a bit of pressure this year. So
Well, there's a couple that we like, mate, so make sure you
yes,
got your blinkers
actually,
on.
it's a really good. It's pretty damn good. Like some of the quality of stallions and mares that are in the sale, I think. Hopefully we can sell them all. I mean, there's going to be some really highly contested ones in there from the research I've done so far.
Yeah.
Our only Group 1 race, $100,000, you get a chance to race for $100,000. It's not too often. I mean, it's not an easy road to get there, but, we bought one last year and Michael Laird trains it. We decided to tip him out. He's not quite ready for the race. But
And what's that breeding, mate?
he's a better than Cheddar out of,
Okay.
don't ask the mare, but...
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it was news. Actually, I know her because she's from Queensland. Barton Coburn had her up there when I was up there, but... I think David Smith had and then Scott Pascoe had the relation Chevrolet. So I can't remember them. I should know the mare, but anyway, he goes along all right. But he's probably a later 2-year-old, early 3-year-old. But that's the beauty, It's great to get one for the race, but you've got the ongoing. Obviously the bonuses as well, the local bonuses, the Vic bred. And there's some really good quality stock there. So get out to the sales and. You can buy yourself a horse with a chance to race for $100,000. I think it's a great initiative.
So we've got Simo that will sell the horse to the people.
Yep.
Mick Norman will break the horse
Yeah,
in.
that's right.
And then down the track, Simo will drive it and win as well.
Yeah,
there you go. You got the whole
You
lot.
forgot about the purchaser.
Well, you can purchase.
How about you just wander down from the casino when you finish playing there and buy a couple with the pocket full you're going to have?
No.
Rightio.
No.
All right. When's your next drive?
Saturday night. So
Yes.
in the first, Genoa Princess for
Susan Gray.
Well, you drove Monday for them, wasn't it?
No, I haven't had a drive. I drove in the trials, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
That's 4 or 5 weeks ago. But haven't had a race drive yet.
Oh, good on you.
I think Tiana McMahon's been helping him out a bit, so
Yeah.
she had another drive. So, yeah,
Lovely.
So you're happy to take drives from anyone if they give you a call?
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
Okay.
I love the industry. I love driving horses, and obviously need your support now.
Straight through the Bashara School of Driving.
That's it. That's where it all started with
Yeah,
JB.
Johnny Bashara, what are we, 37? So what, 32 years ago now.
Yeah.
And Adam and I, you know, met each other at school and still good friends to this day. And, it's been a good journey. The good horses we've seen at that stable. John, he had the best of the best come through from Brian Hancock, John McCarthy, Harper back in the day.
Chambers.
Yeah, Rod Chambers. Yeah, there's been some great horse flesh. And John could get a winner too. He wasn't too bad at the
I think they stayed there because they wanted to just hang around with Jack.
Oh yeah, he's a character, isn't he? So.
All right, mate. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. It's really
Very good.
appreciated, and you do a wonderful job with this show, promoting the industry.
Good on you, mate.
Simon.
Thank you very
Kind
much.
words. We'll pay him later.
We'll be back to close, eh?
Yep.
Right.
Etches. With over 30 years combined experience, we endeavour to make your presentation the best it can be. We specialise in all things corporate, from your company's major awards through to your club's trophy needs, as well as sports uniforms and equipment. Our giftware range is second to none, which you can view on eBay. All you do is just type in Etches. Etches is proud to be your one-stop shop, making everything a whole lot easier for you. Etches, proudly supporting harness racing in South Australia. Please come and see us at 142 Port Road, Hindmarsh.
Yeah, so welcome back to Mobile Rolling. Great interview with Simon Jones, mate. It's good to see him back in the industry as well. He's had some time off and he's kicked a goal already. Got his 10-win concession that he had to fight pretty hard to get, I can tell you. But he's driven 6 trials for Aaron Stable and Jake's put him on Saturday night, I think, on one of them. So, and got his first winner from Jake. But just to close with that, I want to bring up Mark Billinger. We always claim our own, you know that. So he's come back, finally gets back into the...
Because you got him on the show.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for this, because this is what we've been missing this season. All those other seasons,
that's
you
right.
used to say, we got him on, they did this, they did this.
So you can go through it, mate. He's driving well, he's in demand, good bloke. We gave him his first double down at Mount Gambier just to get him rolling again.
And the cup to go with it.
Yeah, and the cup. Then he's driven another winner. And, you know, because when he first came back, he was getting to drive. No one wanted to know him.
Yeah.
So we get him sitting over there, introduce him to the people, full book. He's been away, and he thinks he's going that well as well. Self-confidence, great thing, I reckon. He's been back for 5 weeks, 6 weeks, pats himself in the back, nicks off to Thailand for a week, and comes back and he's got a full book.
Yeah, there you go.
Full book. So we'll claim that one to start with.
Okay.
And of course...
Well, you had the Kittle boys on.
Yeah,
they were on. And of course, then Dad trains a winner not long after that.
Yeah, 40 to 1 or whatever it was.
Yeah, so here you go. And the list probably goes on for the whole season.
Forever.
We had Mick Norman on. He probably trained a winner last Monday.
He did, yeah. Playing that because we already had him on.
He was already booked.
Yep, so just what happens here. So if you want to come in, give us a call.
You'll get a winner.
You'll start training winners.
You'll get
winners. Driving them.
Yeah. We've got the Strathalbyn Cup on Monday. 6-event program. First race kicks off at 2 o'clock. So we've got the Trotters and the Pacers Cup there. Look what Strathalbyn are doing for the participants, the drivers and the trainers.
Yep.
If they go to the canteen to get something to eat or drink, just see Mary. Mary will say hello, Mary, and Mary, of course, is producing the show. But they'll give them 20% discount on their food and drinks on the day at Strathalbyn. So
that's very nice.
That's something for the participants there as well. Furthermore to that, they got the raffle tickets for the ovarian cancer for Team Till. They're going for $10. You can get them in the secretary's office. Now, the secretary's office has changed slightly. It's not where it used to be. It's actually next to the canteen now. So if you go to the old spot. Well,
so you can get your 20% discount and then spend it on a raffle ticket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bloody good thinking by Mary.
There we go. So that's
why she's going back to uni.
Exactly. Yeah. The brains of the team.
Yeah.
She keeps us going.
And this join as well, mate, the British Workmen's Club.
British Workmen's Club, of course. Yeah, here we are. Here it is, right here. British Workmen's Club. It's here. It's everywhere. It's just everywhere. And make sure that and they've told us that they love having our show on at their premises. So we'll keep coming back here and do our recording here at the British Workmen's Club. So if you got a night off, see what's on. You can come here and enjoy the bands and have a beer. Nice, relaxed atmosphere.
Very good.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, mate. I reckon that's done us.
All right, Rocky. Yeah. So
get out of here and see you next week.
Series 3, Episode 10. Done.